Hello, and welcome back to another video diary entry by Connor Morphin Hickok. For me, it's starting to look like that doing these around like once a week on Monday is actually works pretty well for my schedule. So I think this is what I'm gonna do from now on. Just like do one of these once a week, preferably on Monday. Maybe if I'm not able to, some other day of the week. And yeah, let's just get into it. So. Last Monday was good. Classes went well that day. My math test was delayed until Wednesday, and which made me a bit annoyed at the time. I thought it was a bug. Because I was so tired of studying for this freaking test. Oh god, a bug landed on my paper. Sorry, dude, get off. Damn, bro. Let me read. And yeah, so I had to keep studying for that test because I didn't want to fail it. Dude, stop! Get off me! It's not scaring me, by the way. It's just annoying me. Wow, sun suddenly came up real fast. Okay, it's like 5:10, I think. But last Monday, I actually Rosh invited me to a Bible study at lunch, which I did go to. And it was enjoyable, it mostly involved just like looking at specific verses and one of his friends named Travis asking me my thoughts on the verse and like what it could mean. It was fun, and then he gave me this challenge to like read from the Bible each day, which I actually have been doing. I downloaded a Bible app, and I have been reading like at least 2 chapters each day. Right now I'm going through Genesis. I decided to start from the beginning because that's typically what you do in books. So there's that. The robotics meeting was also pretty productive. Although on last Monday for the robotics meeting, there was a bird stuck in the room, and we spent like a little over 30 minutes trying to get it out. We eventually gave up, and eventually it left, apparently. But yeah, we spent 30 minutes trying to make that thing leave. So that was great. We even got Travis to come over and help out, but he wasn't able to help out much. Okay, last Tuesday, classes were also pretty enjoyable. Okay, last Tuesday was enjoyable. Classes went well again. And again, I wrote here that I read a little bit. I read some of the Bible after school, and I studied for math because I was still worried about that math test, the chapter 8 test. I also wrote here that the math test is tomorrow, and I feel ready for it. Okay, last Wednesday was alright. It was decent. Briones, my math teacher, remember this, my math teacher, he was absent because he was sick, so he moved the test to the next day, Thursday, which made me annoyed again because I had to study again. And on Wednesday, we had to do, in my physics class, we had to do this like little assignment where we took a physics word, we made like a drawing out of like the letters. I forgot the specific term for that. And then my brother tried to do a drawing, and it was really bad, but it was really funny. And yeah, that happened. And there is this mobile game called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And I have started playing Dokkan Battle again, which is crazy because the last time I played that was like around 4th, 5th Annie? So like years and years ago. I haven't played it since. I've just been playing Legends. But obviously I stopped playing Legends at that point. And yeah, I've been playing Dokkan again, and it's fun. I'm having fun with it. Okay, May 1st, last Thursday, we finally took the math test. I was actually so happy when I finished this test because I went home that day and I'm like, yeah, I don't have to study. Yeah, I was so freaking happy about it, dude. But overall, the day was great, though. I mean, all I wrote here was that the math test happened and that the day was great. Like, I remember on Thursday, not much happened, nothing crazy. May 2nd, last Friday. Friday was good, very good. I continued to read the Bible. I wrote here that I've continued to read the Bible since Monday, which I mentioned that I have. And I actually really enjoyed reading it. It's very enjoyable. And besides, like, sometimes I struggle to have reading material, and like, that's plenty of reading material. So that's really nice. And here, and like, I think I mentioned this before, but I'm not religious or anything. I'm not trying to be religious or anything. I'm not trying to be Christian. It's just like, you know, I'm just trying new things, you know, like going to a Bible study, you know, try it out, you know, read the Bible, you know, try it out, you know. Again, I'm not religious. I do not consider myself religious in any way, shape, or form. No. I'm not religious. That doesn't mean I won't partake in it just to try it. Oh yeah, so at my school, I forgot if I mentioned this, but at my school, there were like CASP tests, which are like state tests in my classes, which were mostly like a bother to do. They were really annoying to do, but we did finish them last week, which is nice. The robotics meeting was really productive on Friday. The at work, at my job on Friday, the audience was so bad that night. There were just multiple groups where all of them were just so drunk, and they were just so loud, and they kept talking during the show, and it was horrible. Cause like my dad was performing this week. He eventually managed to get a hold of them by the end of the show, but it was awful. It was horrible. But despite that, the show went well. Despite that, the show went well. And that was all that happened on Friday. Saturday was really good. Not much happened on Saturday though. It was just a typical Saturday. Cause in my opinion, there's two things that can happen on a weekend day. It's either you stay at home and don't really do that much throughout the day, or you like go out somewhere and maybe do a couple things throughout the day. That's typically how a weekend goes for me. I don't know how it is for other people, but you know. I mean, like, not ever, like, yeah, of course, sometimes you're gonna want a weekend to be productive, but it doesn't always have to be productive, you know? It doesn't always have to. And on Saturday, I like sometimes at work I just listen to music in the back, and I've actually reached a point in my stored music, or what I like to call my music history, or like the music I've listened to over time. I've gotten to a point in my music history that is just so nostalgic for me, and it's just like the music I've been listening, cause the music I've reached is like stuff I was listening to in freshman year, and like that was 3 years ago. Just think about that. That was like 3 years ago. That's crazy. Well, yeah, stuff I was listening to like around freshman year. Like, isn't that crazy? 3 years ago. And it's super nostalgic for me, especially because of the fact that it was like during freshman year. I still remember a lot about freshman year. I really enjoyed my freshman year of high school. I don't really regret that much about it. You know, I just want to restate this, that I don't really like it when people say that you shouldn't try and live life without regrets, because regrets show that you cared about something. And so in my opinion, that means it's not necessarily a bad thing that you have regrets about certain things, because that shows that you really cared about it. So in my opinion, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have regrets in life. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about listening to music and storing in a playlist right now, because I'm just at such a good point in my music history that I'm enjoying it so much. I was just jamming out in the back last night, and it was so fun. Cause like back then I remember there was a few specific like mix videos that I would listen to that were just phenomenal mixes. They were so good. I loved them, and I'm nearly at those, and I'm gonna be really happy to sort those in a playlist, because I remember the songs in those videos are so fire. And finally, yesterday, Sunday, yesterday was really good. It was great, actually. I got maple donuts from Mr. Pham because his birthday was on Saturday. And I'm gonna give them to him today, hopefully before school, because I don't want to have to carry those throughout the day. Hopefully before school. And one thing I forgot to mention, one thing I didn't mention in my video, in my journal entries, is I actually tried to play goalie in Omega Strikers for a few games, but I was over the course of a few days, because like I don't have as much time to play video games as I used to, but yeah, so like I tried playing goalie. Obviously I wasn't the greatest at it. I kind of sucked. But so you know, I still played a few games. I didn't care if I won or lose. I just wanted to try something different in OS for a little bit, you know, play goalie. And I probably won like 2 out of 8 games, which isn't good, but it was really fun. You know, like my teammates talked crap about me, obviously, because I could have played better. But in my opinion, I improved over those 8 games. Because like in the start, I lost every match, but then in the end, I won some games, and I was happy with that. It was improvement. But I only played a few matches as goalie, like a little less than 10 matches, around 8 or 9, I think. And I started playing forward again after those matches, and I've just been winning all my matches. I think that playing goalie actually made me better at the game. It actually made me better at the game, dude. It's crazy. And yesterday I also watched episode 5 of Lazarus. And like I said, Lazarus is getting an episode like per week, around Saturday evening. So I'm watching an episode like per Sunday. And again, I'm really loving the series. It's super good. The creator of Cowboy Bebop, props to the creator of Cowboy Bebop, man. Props to that guy, because the stuff he makes is freaking fire, dude. And I also made the chicken curry recipe with my mom yesterday, and my parents got to try it, and both of them said it was very, very good, because it is in fact very, very good. We did put in a lot more chicken compared to when we did it at Eric's, and we also put rice. We didn't put rice in like the pot itself when we made it. We just like when we poured it in a bowl, we also put rice in there. And in my opinion, the rice didn't necessarily add anything to the soup, because like if I were to like describe it in like it would be similar to like putting ice in a cup of water. It's more like taking up volume than adding anything to it. Well, I mean, to be fair, ice like makes water cold, but rice doesn't really add anything to it, and it more just takes up volume in the soup. So I wouldn't recommend putting rice in chicken curry. You know, if let's say if you don't have a lot of chicken to put in there, you could like substitute that with rice. You could. It's just an idea though, and you know that's all I really have for now. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with this new format I found for these video diary entries. Just doing these once a week, you know. Let's doing these at the minimum once a week, every 7 days. Because by the end of like each 7 days, I have a decent amount of stuff to talk about. I mean, I had 13 minutes of material. I could have done one of these last week on Tuesday, and I would have had like 2 minutes worth of material. Like again, I'm not trying to like gain views or subscribers. I'm not trying to gain popularity or anything. I'm just doing this for fun. You know, cause my idea with this is I could look back on these in the future for like nostalgia purposes, or like you know, just like remembering certain parts of my life. You know, like where I've come from. You know, just like realize how much I've grown. Because I know for a fact that I'll grow a lot as a person. I believe that I will. I believe that future me will be a much better person than I am right now. Not saying I'm not a good person right now. I'm a really good person. You know, I've definitely grown a lot since I was young, but I feel like there's still a lot of room for me to improve, and I feel like that I will improve. So this has been going on for 14 and a half minutes. It is 5:31. I am going to get out of here and get on with my day, and I will see you later.